As many of you know, I served in the Army or the SADF in the late 80s and spent an entire year on the border as a sapper. I spent about 8 months at a camp situated roughly 5 or 6 kilometers from the Southwest Africa-Angola border by the name of Ilundu. After that I spent the rest of the year at a well-known camp by the name of Inhana. It was during my stay at Ilundu that I and the 9 other sappers operated from under some very interesting conditions. It was here that we were attacked twice by Swapo terrorists, and it was here that I enjoyed life on the border the most, despite the fact that some of us in the camp were killed or were seriously injured during those 2 attacks. I came to love that camp and am proud to say that I served there. Many a night was spent sitting beside the fire with a few sappers talking about friends and families back home. Of course, we chatted about girlfriends waiting for us in the States, as we called home in South Africa. It was from Ilundu that I logged close to 1,500 kilometers sweeping the roads for landmines, cleaning the way for the supply convoys, as well as for the large numbers of Kufut 101 Battalion or 32 Battalion who wanted to or needed to use the roads. We would sweep a minimum of 7 kilometers almost every day, and often up to 21 kilometers in a day, depending on which road it was. I have never been as fit as I was then, not even after basic training. Ilundu was a place I called home. It was a place we literally made our own by doing changes that suited us, just as a homeowner would do alterations after buying a house. Together with my fellow sappers, we built our own underground bomb-proof bunker with a sandbag Patmore mortar pit on top of it. We also built a bunker into the earth wall in front of our tents in which we could take up position during an attack and fire through a slot on the outside of the wall. I have since used Google Earth to find the camp, and there are still many things recognizable in the satellite photos. A while ago, I watched a video on YouTube where an old 32 Battalion member, together with a few of his old army buddies, went on a 4x4 trip and visited all the spots where they had skirmishes during their time on the border. To my amazement, they made a visit to Ilundu, which for them back then was quite a hot post. This turned out to be only a couple of years before I was there. They apparently spent a lot of time in and around Ilundu making contact with groups of Swapo terrorists and eliminating them. Here is a clip from that video. You will see a few old logs sticking out of the sand next to the vehicle as they drive over the remnants of the earth wall.
Ja, hier is ons nou by die ou Ilundu basis. Dit is om hier te kom.
Nou, iets so ou put gestaan, is dit nie?
Ja, ja, is 'n ou
wrakke daar.
Ja, maar dit was oop. Dit was oop.
One hell of a party. The old hands, the youngsters and all. This don't happen often, so let's take the chance to get as wrecked as we can. Pick up your glasses, my brothers in arms. Let's have more whiskey and cane. Let's talk about yesterday's jitters and laughs and forget about storms and the rain. Pick up your glasses, my brothers in arms.
So lê ons spore hier so, hè?
And rum.
Maar die bos vir hom nou vanaf
United we'll stand and let's take the bad as it comes. To cheers to the boys who are absent.
In this video, when they drove into the camp, they literally drove over what is left of the earth wall right next to the remains of the bunker in the wall which myself and my buddies had built. Now, there has to be at least one viewer watching this video right now who is saying, I was one of those sappers. Well, to that person, here is a hint as to who I am or what my identity is. I was associated with the nickname Flash. I had the name Flash written on my rifle sling. Okay, so back to the reason for this video. After seeing that video on YouTube, I decided there and then that I was going to someday make the trip back to Ilundu. I wanted to go and pitch a tent on the spot where I slept all those years back and relive some of those experiences. I want to do a chicken parade to look for some of the old spent R4 cartridges that we spewed all over the place while defending our home during those 2 attacks. I want to stand on the spot where our tent had a hole blown through the roof when a pencil string rifle grenade hit the branch of a tree right outside the door of the tent. I want to see the ruins of what used to be our ablution block, the septic tank, and the kitchen/mess hall. 5 years ago, when I made the decision to make the trip, I had no idea how I was going to do the trip or how I was going to finance it. You see, I had recently then lost everything, including my business and my beloved Toyota Hilux 4-wheel drive that I was forced to sell. I've not been able to own a vehicle of my own since. It has been about 5 years, and until now, that trip has been nothing but a pipe dream to me. There was just never enough money to finance the trip, never mind purchasing a vehicle that could do the trip. As many of you might know, I have also been unemployed for the last 5 years, so things have not been easy. What has kept me going all this time was my involvement in trading Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I have never been super successful, but have managed to survive, only just. Recently, I was introduced to a program that changed things for me, or should I say, is busy changing things for me, although slowly. What this program does is make use of a bit of software or a software bot to trade foreign exchange, or Forex as it is known, for you. All you have to do is fund your account with Bitcoin and sit back and watch the software do its work. Now, for those of you who are thinking this is just another one of those get-rich-quick schemes, think again. It's more like a make-you-rich slowly but surely kind of thing. Over the years, I had built up a small kitty of Bitcoin, which I had put into my trading account. To my amazement, I have made an average of 0.5% per day for the 4 months that I have been involved. If you think that isn't that good, consider it this way. It equates to close to 10% per month. Your gains are also compounded every day. That is how the 10% per month is achieved. I've not only been able to pay the bills with regular withdrawals, but have also managed to slowly increase my balance as well. To crown it all, the business is local. It is a South African business. For the first time in 5 years, I can see light at the end of the tunnel. In fact, I am looking at finally replacing my trusty Hilux, and this has brought my dream of making the trip to Ilundu back to life. If you're into crypto, and I know a few of my viewers are, and might be interested in the program I'm talking about, contact me via the email address in the description and I will send you the details. So here's the plan of action going forward. I've decided that I'm going to make the trip to Ilundu on the border. When exactly, I don't know, but I will do it. I've been looking at 4x4 vehicles that will take me on the adventure without a huge purchase price and will not require me owning shares in a fuel company to run it. I do have some criteria for the prospective vehicle. This is what they are. Number 1, from past experience with my Hilux, I absolutely have to have a vehicle with a live front axle. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of what a live front axle is. Some of you might know, but that is just one of my criteria. Also from past experience with the Hilux, which had leaf spring suspension and was super capable off-road, but was an absolute kidney tenderizer, I decided that I would try to find a vehicle that had coil spring suspension. Number 3, it also has to be diesel powered, preferably a turbo diesel for the best economy on and off-road. Number 4, it had to have a minimum of 4 seats, so that ruled out any single cab vehicles. Number 5 is, and certainly the most important in my book, is the vehicle has to come from inland, as far away from the coast as possible. Coming from the coast myself, I know what happens to vehicles there. If you see one for sale that is an old vehicle and still looks very good, chances are that you are looking at a lot of body filler covering rust repairs, finished off with a very nice shiny coat of paint. At first, out of pure nostalgia, I started my search by looking for what was available in the old Hilux models as good second-hand vehicles. Yes, I know I was breaking rule number 2 already, but nostalgia is a powerful thing. To my amazement, there are quite a few nice examples of Hiluxes in the 1990 to 1998 range. They actually stopped making the live axle front suspension Hiluxes in 1998. Unfortunately, most of them have all been converted or fitted with either a Lexus V8 or a Supra 6-cylinder petrol engine. They are great performers, but will almost certainly break the bank as far as fuel costs go. So I decided to start my search using my criteria above. To cut a long story short, I discovered another old vehicle, almost as old as my Hilux, that is an absolute legend in the 4-wheel drive off-road world. I will reveal what it is soon. This vehicle fulfilled all of my criteria and more. It does not need a canopy because it is totally enclosed, which provides a lot of security for all of the gear that will be carried along for the trip. After doing a little research, I found to my disappointment that a diesel version of this vehicle was going to be very difficult to find. Every example I came across was powered by big 6-cylinder petrol engines that are known to be gas guzzlers. The only benefit of these was their price. They are well priced for what they are. I did find one diesel version that was in a fair condition and at a decent price, but in the pictures the owner sent me, it had some visible rust in places where it shouldn't have any rust at all. The owner ended up selling it before I could make up my mind if I wanted it or not. The search continues. It is not easy looking for a vehicle like this for the task at hand and on a budget available, but I will eventually find what I'm looking for, I'm pretty sure of it. The depressing part of it is that if my budget only extended just a little bit higher, there are many vehicles to choose from. Who knows, maybe I'll get lucky soon. This is going to be a long-term project as I have many other responsibilities and debts to pay before I can fund anything like this. But for now, I need the vehicle. I might as well buy what I need for the trip anyway. I will keep you updated on my progress with this project, but in the meantime, I would like to get your feedback on my plan to revisit the old camp on the border and spend at least one night there. Do you think it is a good idea? If you have any advice on traveling through Namibia, places of interest along the way, what I should take with me in the form of equipment, etc., please feel free to put it in the comments below. I promise I'll read and reply to each and every one. I look forward to reading them. Please like and share this video on as many other social media platforms as possible. It's the only way that my message gets out there. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, do it now by clicking on the red subscribe button below and to the right of this video. While you're at it, click on the bell icon to receive notifications every time I upload new content. If you would like to support my channel, in the description field of this video I have provided ways for which both local as well as international subscribers can make a contribution. If you would like to make a crypto contribution, I've also provided a Bitcoin as well as a Litecoin wallet address. If you would like to contribute any other crypto, simply shoot me an email to the address or the email address that is also in the description field, and I will send you the relevant wallet address. To all the amazing people who do contribute to my channel, I would like to say a huge thank you. You have no idea how far your contribution goes. Remember to wash and sanitize your hands, avoid contact with things such as stairway handrails, elevator buttons, and public toilet door handles. Be safe out there. Until next time.